very latest there out of Fort Smith with that fire, and you can get the very latest. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joshua Cole. We start with breaking news tonight. You first saw on a 4029 News Alert multiple crews working to extinguish a structure fire on Highway 271 in Fort Smith. Let's get straight to the scene right now with 4029's Alex Wilson live with the latest. Alex.
Thank you, Josh. Well, this fire is located in Fort Smith. Alex Wilson, 4029 News.
Thank you very much, Alex. And of course, we'll keep you updated. Here's a live look right now from the Golden Living camera in Fort Smith. You can actually see there at the bottom of your screen that fire right there. You can see that glowing red coming from the bottom. Of course, stay with 4029 as we bring you the very latest details as they come into our newsroom, and check 4029tv.com. Now to Van Buren, where Arkansas State Police are investigating a deadly police-involved shooting tonight. Van Buren police say that one man was killed and an officer injured in the overnight shooting. Now, police say that two officers responded to a disturbance call on Granite Circle, where officers tell us that they made contact with 68-year-old Johnny Fisher. And they say Fisher refused to come outside the home. When he did, he pulled out two pistols and fired at officers, hitting one of them. Now, the police chief says that a handcuff key saved that officer's life.
The bullet hit him in his, kind of where his ink pen is. He actually had a handcuff key there. It's a long handcuff key. The bullet hit that and then hit his bulletproof vest and then bounced off, and he has a bruise on his chest.
Now, the officers whose identities have not been made public are a 2-year and 15-year veteran of the department. In addition to the ASP investigation, Van Buren police say that they will conduct an internal investigation into the shooting as well. Now, turning now to our weather, a gorgeous Sunday we had for many of us. Some even saw some rain through the sunshine, like here in Springdale. Look at this. You can see the rain coming down as the sun shines on through. Now, 4029's Taylor Pinnell is here with us now. And Taylor, we have some more chances of rain coming into the work week. What is those looking like?
That's exactly right. I think tomorrow will start off dry, but the rest of the week we'll at least be dealing with some chances. Joshua.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Well, bond hearings are set for tomorrow for two sheriff's office employees accused of having sexual contact with an inmate. The Pope County Sheriff's Office says that 24-year-old Lauren Elliott of Russellville and 48-year-old Billy Tucker of Pottsville were arrested. Both are facing sexual assault charges. Tucker faces an additional charge of introducing prohibited articles into a correctional facility. Officials say that both employees have been terminated now. A boat capsized on a North Arkansas lake, killing one and injuring 3 others. The Arkansas Department of Emergency Management spokesperson says that the accident happened this afternoon on Lake Norfolk. Now, one person was airlifted to the hospital in critical condition. The other 2 people were listed as stable. Now, so far, none of those people involved have been identified. Tonight, FAA investigators from Denver are in Ponca City, Oklahoma, working to determine the cause of a deadly plane crash. 3 men and 2 children died in the crash on Saturday. One man who lives near the crash site talked about the moments leading up to the 911 call.
Had my earplugs in, the mower was going, and I heard an airplane. And I thought it was kind of unusual because the lawnmower was going. I had my earplugs in, and the time I got there, the plane was fully engulfed in fire.
Now, police are working to identify those victims. Oklahoma was just one of the several deadly plane crashes this weekend that we saw. As you can see here in California, at least 5 people were killed when a plane crashed near a shopping center. The aircraft went down into the parking lot of a Staples Supercenter in Santa Ana. No one on the ground was hurt. Tonight, officials are investigating the cause of that crash. And in the Swiss Alps, police say that a vintage plane crashed, killing all 20 people on board. The mid-century plane, a Junker Ju-52, crashed in a mountain range near the Austrian border on Saturday. The cause of the crash is under investigation. Operator Ju Air has now suspended all flights until further notice. 11 children have been rescued from deplorable living conditions at a compound in rural New Mexico. Authorities found them during a search for a missing boy abducted in Georgia by his father. Here's Ariel Reshef with the latest. In your Commitment 2018 coverage, early voting begins Tuesday in Fort Smith. People there will be electing someone to join the City Board of Directors and choose their next mayor. George McGill, Wayne Haver, and Louis Andrade are running to replace the outgoing mayor, Sandy Sanders, who is not running for re-election. Early voting begins Tuesday. Election Day is a week later on August 14th. Early voting is also set to start for 2 elections in Northwest Arkansas. In Siloam Springs, voters will decide on candidates for the City Board of Directors. And in Rogers, voters will be deciding on extending an existing $300 million in bonds. Now, those bonds would be used for various improvements across the city. You can early vote at your county clerk's office. And today, friends and family spent their Sunday helping a local high school coach who's battling cancer. We talked to the coach about what this all means for him.
I knew good people, but there's people that I don't even know that are out here. Everybody in this community has been absolutely wonderful to me. It's just been just such a blessing.
So great to see all of that. Now, Ron's Hamburgers and Chili of Bentonville also served food at the fundraiser. The restaurant donated 50% of all of their sales. Headlines this past week included new policies, resignations, and talks of school safety. We'll take a look at the headlines in your week in review coming up in just a moment. Plus, transforming a mall into a school, with how this department store is being converted into a space for learning. Stick around here on 4029. We'll be right back. Right now, we're taking a live look again at this massive fire burning in Fort Smith tonight. Multiple crews are on the scene. Of course, stay with 4029. We'll bring you the latest.